Diabetes and glaucoma. Diabetes is a medical condition that causes high blood glucose levels. Now, did you know that besides many other eyesight complications, diabetes can lead to glaucoma in the eyes? Hi, my name is Madhur Kothare and I'm going to walk you through this whole complex subject of glaucoma caused by diabetes. I hope you know what diabetes is. In brief, it leads to higher blood sugar levels as shown in this graph. The lower curve shows how the normal person's blood glucose levels move through a day as he takes different meals. The curve above shows the similar blood glucose levels in case of a diabetic person. In simplest terms, the diabetic person's body has less control over its sugar levels and the average blood sugar levels are higher than normal. There are many serious and long-term consequences of this problem. In this video, these are the topics I'm going to cover. Mind you, this video is not a replacement for any medical advice. In fact, it is meant to educate you enough that you may seek help from your doctor if need be. It is also to make you aware of some important facts so that you do not end up with long-term eyesight damage out of ignorance. I'll start with what glaucoma is. Then, I'll talk about different types of glaucomas that are seen in diabetes. After that, I'll discuss how diabetes can lead to various types of glaucomas. I will show you how our vision gets altered in different stages of glaucoma. You will learn the signs and symptoms of the same. All along, I'll also discuss some scientific findings about the condition and the way forward for you. What is glaucoma? This is a cut section of our eye. On the left is the front of the eye and on the right is the rear side of the eye. This brown ring is called the iris of the eye. The color of the eye that we notice is actually the color of the iris. This flap is called the cornea, which is a transparent covering on the front of the eye from where the light enters and falls on the back surface of the eye called the retina. This is the retina on the right side of the illustration. Notice this optic nerve in this image. It is a bundle of about 1 million individual nerve fibers that transmit the visual signals generated by retina to the brain. Do you see these fine hair-like things? Let us zoom in on that region. They are called ciliary bodies and they produce a fluid called aqueous humor inside the eye. This fluid's production follows our body's circadian rhythm and is higher in the daytime than at night. The production rate of it is roughly about 1 milliliter per 6 hours. This aqueous humor flows out of the eye through this region between the lens and the iris, out through the pupils, and then through this region between the iris and the cornea. At the end of this path, there is a fine structure called trabecular meshwork followed by a canal called Schlemm's canal. Obviously, there is no need for you to remember any of these names. It is just to make the explanation easy for me later in the video. The aqueous humor flows out through the trabecular meshwork into the Schlemm's canal and is subsequently absorbed into the very small veins on the eye surface. It is a beautiful, delicate mechanism, but diabetes can really damage it. When this drainage mechanism is somehow hampered, the aqueous humor cannot drain out of the eye. It keeps accumulating in the eye. That builds pressure inside the eye. This eye pressure is called intraocular pressure or IOP. Intra means inside. Ocular means pertaining to the eye. It is measured in millimeters of mercury, mmHg. Normal eye pressure ranges from 12 to 22 millimeters of mercury. When the IOP is higher than normal but the person does not show any signs of eyesight change, it is called ocular hypertension. It is sort of the high blood pressure problem of the eye, except that the pressure is not of the blood but of the aqueous humor fluid inside the eye. High intraocular pressure alone may not cause glaucoma, but often it does. This high eye pressure puts more stress on the delicate bundles of nerves in the optic nerve. That may cause a loss of nerve fibers and progressive damage to the optic nerve, damaging the eyesight. This disease condition of the optic nerve is called the glaucoma. What are the different types of glaucomas caused in diabetes? There are many types of glaucomas. Well, for fun, what is the plural of glaucoma? Is it glaucoma or glaucomas? It seems glaucoma is both a countable and an uncountable noun. So depending on the context, you should use the word glaucoma or glaucomas as the plural. all of the glaucomas involve some loss of eyesight due to a damage to the optic nerve. However, we'll restrict ourselves to those glaucomas that are found in diabetes. There are two main types of glaucomas: open-angle glaucoma and closed-angle glaucoma. In the open-angle glaucoma, the flow of aqueous humor gets hampered at the exit location, which is the trabecular meshwork region. It is like clogging inside a drain. Look at this image. Here the drain is clogged due to blockage inside the drain. In closed-angle glaucoma, the flow of aqueous humor gets hampered before the exit point, somewhere along the path of its flow. It is like clogging before an entry into the drain. Look at this image. Here the drain is clogged due to all the stuff that is over the lid of the drain and not inside the drain. Let us first look at open-angle glaucoma by zooming in on this image. This is the normal aqueous humor flow that we have seen earlier. When the trabecular meshwork gets clogged, the cells in that region do not work as well as they should. You can see that the fluid does not enter the trabecular meshwork and it backs up, building pressure. Often this clogging happens because of age, but it could also happen due to some injury or even administration of steroid injections in the eye. This glaucoma is called open-angle glaucoma because this angle where the iris meets the cornea is open and wide. This is the most common type of glaucoma, with 90% of the glaucoma patients having this version of it. When the angle where the iris meets the cornea narrows or closes, the fluid cannot even reach the trabecular meshwork. In this image, you can see that the fluid flow is blocked due to the iris being pushed against the cornea. The fluid backs up and the pressure inside the eye builds up. This damages the optic nerve, impairing the vision. This glaucoma is called closed-angle glaucoma or angle closure glaucoma. The closed-angle glaucoma, often seen in diabetes, is actually a normally rare type of glaucoma called neovascular glaucoma. Neo means new, vascular means pertaining to the blood vessels. Another type of glaucoma, often associated with diabetes, is steroid-induced glaucoma. It is a type of an open-angle glaucoma. However, unlike the typical open-angle glaucomas, which develop over years, steroid-induced glaucoma can occur in a few weeks or even a few days in highly sensitive people. How does diabetes cause glaucoma? First of all, does diabetes cause glaucoma at all? No one knows. The relation between diabetes and glaucoma is very complicated and confusing. However, what we know is 1. Diabetics are twice as likely to develop glaucoma as non-diabetics. 2. Diabetics have a 40% chance of getting an open-angle glaucoma. 3. Someone with open-angle glaucoma is more likely to develop diabetes than someone who does not have open-angle glaucoma. The links to all these research papers are given at the bottom of the screen. Thus, there is a definite association between the two conditions, diabetes and glaucoma. However, we do not know for sure if one of them causes the other, diabetes causing glaucoma or glaucoma causing diabetes, or if there is some other underlying mechanism which causes both of them. Say a condition C causes diabetes and the same condition C also causes glaucoma. In that case, diabetes and glaucoma both will happen together, but neither of them will be causing the other one. There are 3 possible mechanisms that cause glaucoma in diabetes. 1. Diabetes may damage the delicate trabecular meshwork. This may clog the drainage, building intraocular pressure and causing an open-angle glaucoma. 2. In some diabetics, the high blood sugar levels damage the delicate blood vessels in the eye retina, making them leak and causing blockages. This leads to lack of oxygen for the cells of retina. Lack of oxygen is called ischemia. Such ischemic retinal cells, in desperation, release some chemicals called VEGF or vascular endothelial growth factors. VEGF triggers growth of new blood vessels to compensate for the blocked blood vessels. However, these new vessels are often weak and leaky. They may also grow at unusual or unintended locations, such as on the iris. This growth can reduce or close the angle between the iris and the cornea, with the iris pushing forward against the cornea, blocking the fluid flow. As a result, we get neovascular glaucoma in diabetes. 3. The third type of glaucoma often associated with diabetes is steroid-induced glaucoma. In diabetes, as we discussed just now about neovascular glaucoma, patients often develop diabetic retinopathy, in which the high blood sugar causes the vessels in the retina to leak fluid or blood. One treatment for this is injections of steroids in the eye. However, in some patients, these steroids can damage the delicate trabecular meshwork cells, clogging the drainage. This leads to an open-angle glaucoma named steroid-induced glaucoma. It is indeed a catch-22 situation. The steroids are needed to improve vision and control diabetic retinopathy, but their side effect is the glaucoma due to damaged trabecular meshwork. What are the stages, signs, and symptoms of glaucoma? Stages of glaucoma. Glaucoma is called the silent thief of sight because in the beginning stages of glaucoma, one may not notice any difference to the eyesight. But glaucoma damages the optic nerve slowly and can cause irreversible harm before any vision loss is noticed. This is the normal vision. In the early stages, there will be loss of peripheral or side vision. Notice the black regions in the corners of the image. The vision loss in the peripheral area may be complete, as in dark regions that you saw just now, or the regions may be blurred, as in this image. In the intermediate glaucoma stages, the vision loss progresses towards the central vision, as seen in this image. Another variation of vision loss is black parts in the vision, as seen in this image. One more variation is blurred parts in the vision, as seen in this view. Finally, there is also a possibility of having missing parts in the vision. Do you notice the missing parts in this image? Look closely in these regions shown. In advanced glaucoma, the remaining vision may be a black tunnel, as seen in this image, or it might be a blurred tunnel, as seen in this next image. In the end-stage glaucoma, one may face complete blindness. What are the signs and symptoms of glaucoma? The signs and symptoms of glaucoma vary depending on the type and the stage of glaucoma. As mentioned, in the early stages, glaucoma symptoms may not be noticeable. In open-angle glaucoma, the signs may be gradual loss of peripheral vision or patchy blind or blurred spots in the side or the central vision. This is noticed in both the eyes. In the advanced stages, you may have tunnel vision. In acute closed-angle glaucoma, the signs may be eye pain, nausea and vomiting, severe headache, a red eye, blurred vision, dilated pupil that does not react to light, a cloudy cornea. This could be due to buildup of fluid in the cornea due to high eye pressure. Halos around lights. In this, the eye pressure gets elevated to an extremely high level, usually higher than 40 millimeters of mercury. This is an emergency condition in which severe vision loss can occur quickly. See your eye doctor immediately. If left untreated for 24 to 48 hours, this glaucoma will cause blindness. In chronic closed-angle glaucoma, the signs are similar to those in the open-angle glaucoma. This type of glaucoma progresses more slowly and can damage the optic nerve without any symptoms. People with this type of glaucoma will not experience any symptoms until they begin to lose their peripheral vision. The symptoms of neovascular glaucoma can include pain, redness, and decreased vision. In the early stages of the disease though, it is possible not to have any symptom. Neovascular glaucoma is a very difficult condition to treat. Currently, glaucoma cannot be prevented, but if it is diagnosed and treated early, it can usually be controlled. Medicines, eye drops, or surgery can slow or prevent further vision loss in glaucoma. However, vision already lost due to glaucoma cannot be restored. Even with treatment, about 15% of people with glaucoma become blind in at least one eye within 20 years. People with diabetes have double the chances of developing glaucoma to someone who does not have diabetes. Keep your blood sugar in check. Ask your doctor for advice on this issue. If you have diabetes, please get your eyesight checked thoroughly at least once a year. I hope this information was useful to you. If you would like to see more videos on similar topics, please mention in the comments below. If you find this information useful, please click on the like button below so that this video may get shown to more people around the world. If you would like to be informed about new videos as we release them, please click in the circle on the right hand side to subscribe to this channel, Health Sachet. If you would like to see more videos on similar topics, click in the box in the middle. If you would like to see some of our most popular videos, click in the box on the left side. After all, ignorance is a very bad idea when it comes to keeping your eyes healthy in diabetes.